Okay. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me and my guest Annie on Tina Talks Digital Business and Life. And today I have Annie here. She is a nurse and she's going to share her journey with us into the digital business. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tina. I am a mother of four, a wonderful wife, and a teacher. I've been a teacher for over 20 years, and I am also a proud digital business owner. And I will have Annie share a little bit about herself, and then we will go into her journey.
Hi, thank you, Tina, for inviting me. I know this is like a last minute invitation, right? So this
It
is
worked out.
what a good thing about our business, right? Even last minute invitation, we just like, okay, yes, I'll be okay to be interviewed, right? So thank you for your invitation, and I am so grateful to be here. And yes, to those who doesn't know me, my name is Annie Stuckey. I am actually originally from the Philippines, and I'm actually from Bisaya, Aklan. So, sa mga taga-Aklan, med ayad niya agahon kinyo nga tanan, okay? So, actually recently meron kami nga tiyatiyan sa Aklan. So, so, so happy belated was sa ati-atihan sa amin. So, ako nga pala si Anne, Pilipina po. Nandito ako sa United States. Isa po akong nurse at may asawa. Of course, wala po akong anak, pero I have two wonderful dog that they are my babies. And of course, I've been here in the United States for 21 years now, and I've been a nurse for uh, 16 years, mostly in a critical care. Of course, I didn't work in a critical care for 16 years. I've been a nurse for a different unit, but I've been a nurse in a critical care for 9 years now, But overall, as a nurse, I am been a nurse for 16 years. And also, I am proud digital business owner. So back to you, Sistina.
Okay, thank you so much, Annie. I know in our field of just servicing and being social workers for the community, it does take a lot of heart. So thank you for all you do as a
Thank you
nurse.
so much.
And I wanted to ask you, because you said you've been a nurse for 16 years, what was the turning point that made you decide to start this digital business?
Well, being a nurse, I don't know, I always say this in every interview, is rewarding, right? But, as a nurse, it's very, very demanding time. I mean, I have a dog, I have my baby over here that is bothering. Sorry. Uh, but being a nurse, like, even though it's rewarding, it's also very, very, what do you call this? I'm always away with my family because it's demanding in a way where I'm always on the go all the time. It's like my life is always like hospital, home. And I just don't have the time, even for myself or for my family, where like I really don't have the time with my husband because we work in an opposite schedule and I don't see him. But for a relationship, it's good, right? Because yay, we don't see each other. So
You miss each other,
but
right?
in the other side, it's not a good day. It's not a good time because supposed to be marriage, you have to have time together. But because of
Yes.
your hectic job, your schedule is always hectic. Like my husband's work also is very demanding, so we hardly see each other. So only during our day off. So one of those is my turning point because I just really want to have a time, with my family, and but because of my job, I could not have that. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the pay is good, right? And I'm grateful for my job. I'm really grateful for my job. Uh, but I have my time away from my family. It's always like there's always sacrifice, right? So I sacrifice that time. And another thing is, I drive. I commute like an hour and 15 minutes away from my home. So
Yeah.
and one way. So it's like 2.5 hours
Oh,
on the
yeah.
road. Yeah, and I work night shift. And when you're already tired working for consecutive 12 hours and then you have to drive. I mean, another 1 hour and 15 minutes home
Yeah.
after you're already tired, it
Oh
is really scary because, like I said, last year I ended up on the ditch because I fell asleep while driving home. I was
my
so wore
goodness.
out. Yeah, I was so exhausted already of the long shift and up for the whole time. And then you have to drive because when you sit in the driving seat, you feel comfortable. So even though you're not trying to sleep, you never know, right? So
Yeah.
that's what happened to me. I end up falling asleep. I end up on the ditch.
Oh
And
my
that's
goodness.
just one of those it's a good thing it's a good thing I only have a flat tire because I woke up before I really hit somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
And but that is one thing that another thing that is a turning point for me. And also last year I also had an accident where I burned myself. I was off for 2.5 months, close to 3 months actually. It was just like after my birthday,
Oh my
October after
goodness.
my birthday.
Uh-huh.
And I accidentally burned myself while cooking. So of course you have to be upright for medically leave. But
Yeah.
even though you work as a nurse, I mean, you even though you accumulate PTO or what they call it, sick leave or annual leave,
Uh-huh.
but you can only cover those time off that you have for a certain amount. And what happened when those are gone? So how are you going to cover the rest of the month that you are off? Because I mean, even though that you are not working or you're working, you still have bills that is coming, right? So
Yeah.
those are like a turning point that you really realize that if you only if you only rely on one source of income, it's really risky nowadays, right? Because you really never know about unexpected events. It's gonna happen. You're not asking for it, but you never really know that maybe later on you end up, had an accident which you're not asking for it, or lost your job or for any other reason, right? So you just really have to be prepared. And that was like my wake up call to me last year. Those are the things that you have to think about. So what happened if I only have to rely on one source of income? What happened if this happen again to me next year or the following years? So what's gonna happen about it, right? So those are my wake up calls. So I mean, so that's why I decided to start this digital business. Because I mean, I know I am building it, but at least I know that I have hope one day that if things happen like that again, at least I know that I have something to fall back on, right? So that
Yes.
is why I started this. So that is my wake up call, sis.
Yeah. So, and I wanted to say too, because you mentioned that you have a second job. So it's
Mhm.
not like you're just a nurse. You have a second job. And so how do you like tell our audience, how do you balance that? Because I know like for myself, it was hard to just manage being a teacher and coming home to be mom and wife. And so I finally kind of started making time for my digital business and making it a priority. So how do you manage, your
Well,
business working two
Well, the
jobs?
thing about it is like I mean, it's more about time management, right? If you really want to do something, you will able to manage it. That's I always think. I
Yeah.
always say that to myself, right? But because our business really it's made for people like us that are busy. So it's very flexible, and that's just why I like this business about is because it's flexibility where you can actually do it anywhere. You just use your cell phone and you can do your business using your cell phone. You can be on the store, on the park, and your business is running, right? And because
Yes.
it's also because of its automation, you really don't have to be in front of the laptop. Because I don't usually bring my laptop at work. I don't bring any laptop. But I carry my cell phone because I need it in case I get
Yeah.
stuck somewhere. I have to call my family, my husband, right?
Uh-huh.
But you can actually do your business with your cell phone just using your cell phone with Wi-Fi, right? So that's what I mean, that's why I am so really grateful with this business because it's doable, it's flexible, and of course, it's time management. You just have to. This business really works with your schedule. where you have to put it. Like during my break time, I would do my business, like checking whatever I have to check or answer any inquiries or something like that, or plan for my posting the next day. So it's more about time management. And because this business is really made for us individual that are very, very busy in life, it's working for everybody that really wanted to start a business that doesn't have any time. That's why when they say, I don't have time, I'm busy. Um, this business is made for us, made for us. That's why, that's
I
why
agree.
I can do it with I have full-time job, I have part-time job, I have a life, I have a family, I also have my business. So if I can do it, you can do that too, because it's very
Yes.
flexible and doable.
And that goes to anyone who's sitting here, saying, I can't do it because it's going to require time. I really, I used to do this, I used to sit here and fight for my limitations. Like, I don't have enough time. I'm so busy. And it is really us just stopping us from taking that step and from doing anything other than, what we're doing because we're comfortable. So, Annie, you said it
Yeah.
right. Like, especially with the business being a digital business, we are working from our phones, and that's the greatest part because we have it. We have it
Yeah,
all the time, like you
everybody have phone, right? Even the kids
said.
has phone. So if you
Yeah,
have time to scroll in social media, you have time to do it, right?
yeah, yes.
You just have to use it you just have to use your time in a proactive, because I used to
Yeah,
use my time just scrolling everybody, like what's everybody's, doing.
yeah,
Now I'm
yeah.
using it differently.
Right. And even like I say, I tell people, if you know how to post on Facebook, you can run your digital business.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask because, as we, I know that we came into the business around the same time. Have you faced any doubt or criticism about your digital business, or even I mean, any kind of self doubt within yourself? And how did you overcome that?
Honestly, every day in this business is it's mainly more about mental here. That's
Mhm.
why we
Yeah,
have this you have to really face it's more about mental because you really really have to believe in yourself, right? There's a time you doubt yourself because there's a time like when you have that's why we need not to compare our journey to other people. Sometimes when you compare that, you self-doubt, right? And
right.
I am guilty with that. I mean, once in a while, I'm guilty with that. And I know I'm not gonna say I don't have a doubt in myself. I am skeptical before I started this business because like I got um, scam online, and right now there's so many scammer and they pretend to be you, which is not you. And it's really hard not to be not. I mean that doubt sometimes it's hard to eliminate it, but you just have to tell yourself, believe that your journey is different from other people, and you just have to practice self-talk to yourself, practice gratitude. Always like find something that motivates you, something that like I always attend this positive affirmation in the morning. I always do that. I
Mhm.
always think that God has a reason for everything that I do. So that's how I overcome those doubt. I mean, I have some doubt when I have some challenges in this business when my ad got restricted. Right now my face got restricted, everything, just like, oh. But you know what? I just look into it. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I cried. I'll be honest with you. I cried because when you have page that restricted, you build your business page.
Yeah,
From the scratch. You spend money on it. You spend your time on it. You spend a lot of things on it just to
yeah.
have a lot of followers, just to be present, be consistent, and then something happens.
Uh-huh.
I was like, you have to start from the scratch. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? Is this really something you question yourself? Is this business really for me? But it trains you to be, it's part of growing because
Uh-huh.
it's part of
Yeah.
growing. It trains your mind to be really, uh, how, how you overcome those. Because to me, I've been through a lot of challenges in life. coming, like, for example, coming from being poor to be able to come in the United States, I've been through a lot of challenges and I overcome that. And I look into it and it's like, if I can do that before, why can't I do that now, right?
Yeah.
There's just like really, our mental is the biggest hassle obstacle of this business. If you don't have that positive mindset, really you will get a give up in this business, because this is not a quick get rich scheme business. Like, a lot of people think that when you start a business, that uh, you're gonna get all that
I-
success right away, right?
yeah.
And yeah, it's just like this instant gratification, but it's not like that. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes, I mean, everything that in yourself, because you're trying to build it to be able to get that success. And sometimes other people just don't have that how does that power in themselves to like waited for that long. And I know, I mean, I've been tested so many, even past few months, even last month. I'm still getting challenges.
Uh-huh.
But there's a time I said, like, is this really for me or not? And then I go back. I go back. No, this is for me. I was like, God, show me this, because God knows that I can do this. And I
Yes.
just pray to God. I just live to God that I know with every challenges that I have, I always leave it to God that there's always a reason. And I'm always surrounded by positive
Mhm.
people, because if you're surrounded by negative people,
Always surrounded by
you give up this business so easily. So
Oh,
surrounded with positive people like our
yeah.
community, and that is why, like, I like it, because I have so many groups that I talk to them when I'm frustrated sometimes, and so they give me advice. They cheer for
Yeah.
me, and I appreciate that. I do, because sometimes I will, like, my mind was like, oh, thank you guys for cheering me, because I mean it's not an easy journey. I mean it's really testing your determination. It's mainly really your mental. To me, it's mainly my mental is testing me. And
Yeah.
that's
And I,
not
and I
huh?
yeah, and I really love it too because with our trainings we have like a lot of our training is mindset, and
Mhm.
it's about attracting what it is that you want, because if you don't have the mindset, then you will it's just a self-sabotage. You're not going to be able to move to that next step if you don't believe that you can. And I think it's just so
Mhm.
great because our community is global and everyone is very positive and so helpful. So I have not met anyone you know, who I haven't liked,
Yeah.
in this business. And everyone just has so much to offer. Everyone comes from different backgrounds, different, like, look at us, teacher and nurse, and there's stay at home moms. So it's not like,
Mhm.
you have to have some kind of degree or you have to go back to school to be able to do this business. It is just absolutely amazing. So,
Yeah, that's why I like this business too, because of
uh-huh.
that. There's
Yes.
so much positive people.
Yes, there are. And then I want to ask you because you started your journey, and how has this digital business changed you as a person? Just
Oh,
before,
no.
after, I mean, before, now, and then, how have you changed?
Oh, it changed me a lot. I always say this in my interview. Before, I was introvert. I am introvert, but because I don't like doing go live or interview. I'm very,
I can
very, very
tell.
shy.
I would be like,
And
you're a
people,
natural, Danny.
and people will say, like, you're shy. It's like, I don't think so. It's like, really, when I was in school, I hate public speaking.
Uh-huh.
That is my last subject that I taught, because I could
Uh-huh.
not. Because thinking about public speaking means you're standing up in front of people and talking about this and that. Oh my gosh, my hands already sweaty. I'm already perspiring, shaking. just thinking about the word standing in front of the people, right? So I
Uh-huh.
don't really do that. And in this business, really, it changed me to be an extrovert because I really learned to push myself outside my comfort zone. It's not an easy. I mean, to me, it's not really an easy because I have to overcome that. I have to really push myself, and it takes me. I took it slowly. I mean, it's not like just, oh yeah, here I am.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, going live was like I started it, like I always say, I started it by like inviting people in our webinar for 1 to 2 minutes, just to talk
Uh-huh.
in front of the camera. And I was actually shaking because I don't even know what to say, right? Because you're not used to it. You're not
Yeah.
used to, I mean, somebody, I mean, because, and also you also are worried about what other people's gonna say to you. It's like, what's she doing? Why is she doing that? All that kind of thing, that because you still worry about your self image, how do you look? If you look good
Yeah.
in the camera, do you look like strange or something like that? But those are the things that when I started. But this business really, I mean, push me to get out of my comfort zone. And really, right now, I mean, you can see, I mean, before I can even do any kind of interview or something, or I'll be shaking, but I
Yeah.
can, but right now, I'm okay. That is just like really, like now it's like natural, like, okay. I don't even worried about it. I don't even shake about, it's like, it's just natural. And those are one of the things that I overcome, and this digital business that
Uh-huh.
really changed me as a person. I mean, it helped me really, not because of just the business, is because right now I can approach
Uh-huh.
people without shy. I mean, but before, if I never done that, I'm probably still gonna be on my shelf to where, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Because all I know before is selfie, but selfie is different, right? You can just take a picture,
Yeah.
put, you know, I mean, you have to just like make it beautiful and post it. But life is different. You go live, whatever you say that time, whether it's wrong or not, your English is wrong or not, you know.
Yeah.
No,
So
even if the English is not right, I don't care, I just like, you understand me, right? If you understand what I'm trying to say, so
yeah.
this is me, this is my personality, I'm being transparent. So
Uh-huh.
I'm not worried about what other people's gonna say to me anymore. Before I really worried, and getting out of my comfort zone, really, that's the biggest thing that made me because of this business. But you
Yeah.
see,
Yeah. And I mean, I've had people say that too. We're like, I can't do what you do. And I'm like, well, you don't have to do it like the way I do it, right? You really just do it the way you do it, how your personality comes out. And I think that's the best way to run any kind of business, really. Because if
yeah,
you're
yeah. I mean,
doing yeah,
it's not really recommendable for you to do this. It's just up to you.
yeah,
I mean, people are successful in this business without showing their faces.
mhm,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
up to you. But I mean, some people just want to show their faces because they want to know that we are real, right? I mean,
Yes,
especially right now, where, like I said, there's so many scammer pretending to be you. So at least you show your face there, telling them this is you, and whoever's telling you that this is us, and
yeah,
without showing their faces, you have to be beware about that because
yeah,
really, I mean, if I am doing a scam, I'm not showing my face. Why? The people can trace you. So, but
right.
I'm not doing any scam. I
I'm
mean,
not
I'm
putting
not
on
doing any
live.
kind of. I'm not doing any kind of illegal business. So why would I pray to show my face?
Yeah,
I mean, this is my face right here. So that's why, I mean, but it's not really, you're not really asking to do a go live in this business. It's up to you how you feel comfortable, right? If you're not comfortable going live, that is fine. You can do this business without that, I mean,
yeah,
but I mean, that's why I say it takes time for you to develop your confidence to go live. Like it takes time. I mean, when I started this business, I don't know how to go live. I have to really worry. I want to go live. No, I want to go live. No.
well, and that's the thing too, like, I know we are part of the 90-day challenge to go live, and this is really us are the community really supporting each other to get ourselves out there and to really share this blessing with this business, because it can help so many people. And that's why, Annie and I are live. That way, we're sharing about it, we're talking about it, and this could be something that can help you in your life as well. Annie, the next question is, what future dreams and goals excite you the most in this business?
Well, to me, it's like, well, about this business, the goal that you will be able, because when we have in our job, like we talk about financial and time freedom, this business, because in this business really is achievable. There's so many that's already quit their job, that because they're making more what their job are making, you know
Yeah.
in a day, in a week, or I mean, so why would you want to continue going to your job if you're making more than what your job is making, without any headache, without
Uh-huh.
any worrying about your license getting suspended because you did something that you never actually did, you know getting
Yeah.
sued because somebody is just doesn't wasn't happy about what you did. I mean, that is the thing about this business, is the time and financial freedom is really achievable in this,
Mhm.
but it's not, I'm not saying that you're going to achieve it tomorrow when you start the business today. It's not going to happen like that. I always say this, but your dream that is impossible to reach is can be achieved in this business. You can actually do this business and you can pass down to your family, because this business really, if you one day you cannot do this business anymore, you can transfer it to your, if you have children, whoever you want to run your business,
Yeah.
you can actually transfer this, and you can achieve that. What is that? A 5,000 monthly that
Yeah.
we're getting, right? That
Yes.
is like, where can you get a business now or something that you get? Yeah, even if you have a pension, that's totally different. This is like a lifetime, 5,000 monthly lifetime, when you achieve that certain level. And the thing about this business is, when you started this, like even if you take a break, whatever level you have, you come back in the same level. You don't start in the bottom again.
Yeah.
And those are the dream and goals that, like me, my dreams is just like, hopefully, my dreams is to be able to bring my family here. And I know that through this business, I have hope that I will be able to bring them, because I already seen it in our community. A lot of family, they reunited because of this business. Because if I have to really rely on my job, even though I'm doing good and my great in my job, when I have to bring 5, 6 members of my family, that is not enough. They
Yeah.
will say your income is not enough to support them while they're in this country. And I'm sure, because you have to have proof, right? Financially. You can't
Yeah.
bring somebody here and you cannot support them, because, like I always said, there is so much problem in this country already, and you have to bring us more problem. I don't think they want that, right? So, but in this business, I seen family are being reunited because of this. I seen that they were able to bring their family here, or they be able to go home and be with their family while running this business, because you can run
Yeah.
this business globally. You don't have to be, I don't have to be, even though I started this business in the United States, if I want to retire in the Philippines, I can run this business in the Philippines. I don't have
Yes.
to be here in the United States, because this business is on the go. It goes with you. It
Yeah.
goes with you,
It's
right? That's what I
it's
said. So
global.
if you
So
have
yeah.
cell phone, if you have cell phone, or if you have laptop, you have Wi-Fi. Everywhere now has that, right? You
Yes.
can run this business anywhere. So it is just like, you're not gonna stuck in one place. So that's why, to me, this business really my goals and my dream that I thought it's not gonna happen. There is a possibility it's gonna happen. Yeah, it will takes time, but there is a way to it. So that
Yeah.
is for me, sis.
Yeah. And that's great, because I think too, I know someone was posting that they said, he was going back to the Philippines and he was going to stay with his family, his parents, for a month. So it's like, what job, what career, um,
Mhm.
position do you know that you can, go overseas for a month and, still be able to, of course, run your business, but no one's going to approve that. Like your bosses are not
No.
going to say
And
yes.
in my job, I'm only allowed probably the longest one is 3 weeks.
Oh,
That's all.
really?
Yeah.
See,
And
I don't
when we go
even.
to the Philippines, 4 days is already traveling time, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
like it's not even 4 weeks, it's not even 3 weeks because 4 days of that is traveling time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of like you went there, you kissed that, and then come back.
You
That's
eat a
all.
meal and come back.
Yeah, you can enjoy. You cannot really enjoy your family
Yeah.
because
So, Annie, we are at our last question. And for our viewers who are watching, what advice would you give to them if they're unsure about this business?
well, I always said if you are unsure about this business, check it out. I mean, do your due
Yeah.
diligence to check it out. But you have to take the first action. We offer a webinar every Tuesday and Thursday, right? In our here in South Carolina, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just look at your time zone because this is global, and I don't want to confuse you what time, right? But we offer a free webinar for you guys to check it out. That's why this is free. No pay, free. you know,
Mhm.
for you to have a chance to check this business out. And if you are doubt about it, that this business for you, I mean, if you do your first action and you think this business is not for you, that is totally fine, but you have to do the first action, take an action, register into our website, whoever you want to pick, and check this business out. Do your diligent to check it out whether this business is for you because we cannot do the first action for you. We share this business, this opportunity because we know what this opportunity can do for you, can do for us, can do for everybody that are looking for something more than just living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, the hard part is like I post yesterday about the hard part is living paycheck to paycheck, knowing that you work hard, and then when you're retired, you're still living paycheck to paycheck, right? So,
Yes.
that's the hard thing because that's reality also. Because I seen that in the healthcare worker. I seen that, and that they could not retire because they know that the retirement is not gonna enough to even pay the basic necessities, electric bills or anything. But check this out. I mean, that's all I can say is take an action and check it out. If you are doubtful about this business, then check it out. Do your diligence to check this business out because I know that we are offering something that is gonna change your life. But to do that, to do I mean, you have to do the first action. I mean, all we can do is share this opportunity, but we can't do the first action for you. That is all for me, sis.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right because I think there's a lot of people who are just like they're just unsure. Like I don't know what it's about. I don't know what they're doing. I'm kind of interested. But that's exactly what Annie said. Just do it. Just look into it. If you're even doubtful, look into it. And
Yeah, and our webinar is free, so it's not like
yeah,
we don't have subscription. Okay, it's
no,
free
not at
for
all.
our free webinar. But if you want to go, yeah, if you want to go to the next step, that's a totally different. Yeah, but I mean, just to have an idea what is this business, just register to our free webinar, which is every Tuesday and Thursday. And we're not gonna be bugging you like, okay, well, you registered, here we go. We're gonna bug you. No, we don't do that, right? That is
Yeah,
one of the good thing about this business. We don't chase people
yes,
because this is global.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you to Annie for giving me your time and joining me tonight. And thank you to the audience for, hopping on our live and listening to Annie's journey and then also learning more about the digital business. If you are interested, if you're doubtful, you can reach out to Annie or myself, sign up and watch a webinar. It is absolutely free. You can even watch the replay at your own time. So,
Mhm.
feel free to reach out to us. And again, thank you, Annie, for coming on.
Thank
And
you, Sis Tina.
yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
everybody.
all
I'll
right.
see you
Bye,
again. Bye bye.
everyone.